Hello students, let's work on this problem together. The Smith family lives in McAllen, Texas. The family consists of 4 people. The following table shows the monthly expenses per month incurred by the Smith family. Mr. Smith works 180 hours per month and earns $12 per hour. If Mrs. Smith worked 80 hours a month, what would be the minimum hourly rate that she would need to earn to cover the monthly budget? Okay, so for this, we have to go back to the previous problems that we have already solved. So we already did the monthly budget for McAllen, Texas. So when we found the monthly budget total, we figured out that the Smith family had a monthly budget of $2,885. We also figured out that Mr. Smith's income was $2,160. And so when we found the difference of those two in the last question, we found out that the Smith family needs $725 more to cover their expenses. So now this is where this question comes in. So if Mrs. Smith is going to work 80 hours a month, so she's taking a part-time job and she's going to work 80 hours a month, what amount of hourly rate will allow her to cover this part of the expenses, the $725? So what we know, we can write in inequality. So her income now, we're talking about Mrs. Smith and her income. So she's going to work 80 hours at what rate so that her income, the amount that she brings into the household, will be greater than or equal to $725 because she's trying to cover the rest of the expenses for the month. And that was $725. So 80 times the amount of pay that they will give her, the hourly rate, should be equal to or more than 725. So let's figure that out. We're going to solve this inequality. We draw a line down the sign. We have a coefficient of 80, so we're going to divide by 80. Remember, what I do to one side, I want to do to the other. 80 divided by 80 is 1. So 1x is the same thing as x. X is greater than or equal to, now I'm going to divide 725 by 80. I will work that out right here. So 80 cannot go into 7 or 72, but I'm going to put 9 here. That'll be 720. That'll leave me with 5, so I can put a decimal. And 80 goes into 50 0 times, so that's 0.0. And we would add another 0. And then 8 goes into 500. We're going to say 8 times 6 is 48, so 6. That would be 480. And we can keep going, but we're going to stop right here. So right here, I have about $9.06. Okay, now based on the answers that they gave us, I'm going to say that they want us to round to the nearest dollar. And if I round $9.06 to the nearest dollar, we would be looking at the dollar amount and looking at the 0 behind it. 5 or more, add 1 more. 4 or less, let it rest. So $9 per hour, that would be D. So Ideally, Mrs. Smith would need to earn a little bit more than $9, but for the purpose of this question and rounding to the nearest amount, we would say she needs to earn $9 per hour to cover the rest of the expenses, which was $725.